Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fire Spirit Studio. I am your host, Jake Michelle, and welcome to Becoming a Content Creator After 50. So I spoke last show about today's show being about it's my day 7, a whole week of doing this podcast and loading up consistent daily videos to YouTube. So I have 7 videos on YouTube. I have 7 episodes on Spotify. It's my podcast. So I'm out there. Okay. So I got these 2 platforms going, and I got Spotify and I have YouTube. So I just started. It's been a week. It's been 7 days. As expected, it's been a little just working through it and seeing what happens. And let's bring you here to the other camera so I can talk to you face to face. Here you go. How are you? Welcome back to the studio space. Yeah, so it's been a little slow, to be honest with you. It's been 7 days. I've been working hard, not as hard as I was actually in the beginning. In the first couple of days, I was going a little overboard. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm still out here editing and looking at other content. I had to get away from that. I was going to burn out real quick. So the last 3 days, it's been a little bit more moderate, going to sleep at 10, 11, maybe the latest. And I checked my analytic information that today on YouTube when I got home, and yeah, not a lot of change from yesterday, to be very honest with you. I reached a plateau of 20 views on one video, and I think that's my record so far. I do have an old video, like I mentioned on my last show, that I did about a year ago, and it wasn't my best, and there's reasons why I didn't like it so much. But that one has, I believe, almost 1,000 views now. But it's not what I'm known for. It's another channel that I started, and I kind of goofed up for so many reasons, but we'll talk about that later. But right now, back to this. So analytically on YouTube, I'm a little bit, stuck per se. In 7 days, I haven't really moved much, and I've seen videos out there in 2 days have 800, 1,000, 2,000 views, depending on who the content creator is and what their content is going out there. So there's that humbling perspective. So I'm just starting out, and that's okay. It's very humbling to want to do something so bad, and I can tell it's not going to be easy. This one's not going to be easy. This one's going to be it's going to be work. So, but I'm not afraid of a little bit of hard work, so I'm down to do the work, and here I am. So low views, but I did fulfill my obligation to upload a video every day onto YouTube, to record this podcast every day. And I said 30 at first, and then I committed to the 100-day, to the 100-day system. Do something really well for 100 days and just give it your all for 100 days. The power of 100, I'm sorry. That's what that's called. So I'm doing the power of 100. So I'm going to do 100 shows, 100 daily videos. And what's happening, I've noticed, is that I'm not just posting the same videos and the same level of content. Every time I post, I either have a bit more skill and I have a bit more camera confidence to deliver a better episode of content. So there's that. So I can tell that my content's getting better as the episodes progress. I rehearse more. I practice more. I play more with the camera switch, and I figure how stuff works, and I just on cue, figuring stuff out. So that's good. I'm getting really well prepared, honing in my technical video and audio skills so I can produce my own show and be good at it. So that's all going well. So it's not all a lost cause. Okay. Like I said, I'm gaining very valuable skills. I'm learning how to run all this efficiently. I've learned a ton about editing, so much more to learn. And I'm going to say that last night, for the first time, I think is the first episode that I listened to. And I said, yes, there it is. That's the sound. That's what we're going for. So I'm happy to say that episode 6 for me was definitely, a game changer for me personally. I'm very satisfied with my performance, my appearance, my delivery, my speech. Sometimes it's not good to edit too much, because what happens when you edit too much, it starts getting glitchy and you start noticing that you did something. People are maybe not sure what, but if you've done editing, You go, that's an edit. So the little, the least amount of times you do that, the better. And it's not good to overdo it with any type of effect, whether it's audio editing, video editing, enhancements. If you go to 100, trust me, it'll get weird. It'll get really weird. I made that mistake. Hey, I wonder if I put 100 and it made me look perfect. Whoa, okay. No, that was really weird and really strange. It was uncomfortable to watch and hear and listen to. So I don't do that. But I really like the way the podcast sounded last night. Episode 6 made me feel really comfortable, somewhat successful, that at least I got to that point where I can create content that I know I look confident in. I'm speaking correctly. I'm looking at the camera. I'm on point. I'm centered. I have good shots. I'm not investing time into creating content and then going back to edit and going, oh, that looks horrible. I'm not centered. I was too close to the mic again. The audio clipped. I'm not having those issues anymore. At least I want to think I don't. So now I'm just enjoying all the different views, the different switching, practicing again. As you can tell, I did that right now. If you're watching, I did that a handful of times quite seamlessly, and I'm getting very comfortable with it. And the studio again is progressing. I didn't do some of the things I was going to do. I'm sorry, I started a little late today. I worked it a little late today. I was a little tired, but I thought I'd take a break so I can come on the show and be at least with a somewhat charged battery. So here I am. 7 days creating content and posting on Spotify and YouTube. Okay, how do I feel? Well, I feel a certain sense of accomplishment and fulfillment that I fulfilled my obligation to myself. If no one else, I showed up, I did the work, and I uploaded my video content. Okay. On the other side of those feelings, a little strange, a little weird, very low viewership, 0 subscribers. It's very easy to succumb to the feelings of defeat and probably surrendering, because I can see where this could make someone feel very hopeless and very dead end. Okay. Am I feeling a little bit of that? Yeah, it's creeping up. I won't lie to you. I'm actively deflecting it and I'm absorbing it and taking it in and being vulnerable to it so I can grow from the experience. And I have to be okay with that, or else I'm not gonna make it. So yeah, but it's not the best feeling. Of course not. I wish I would have had at least 100 views in 7 days, 10 views a day, maybe 10 subscribers a day. I thought maybe 100 subscribers in a week. But I will share this with you too, that I did not really do anything actively. Like I said, I'm very reluctant in believing these get more view hacks and whatnot. But I did mention to you yesterday, I have to do something. I'm a little bit stuck. Okay, I'll call it dead in the water. Okay. Yeah. Not really moving forward on the viewership, no subscriptions at all. So I'm doing or saying something that's not getting me that subscription. I have no stickers, saying, hey, like and subscribe. I see some videos that have that. I have not done that to any of my videos. I'm not saying I'm not going to, but I got to figure out how to get that done and how I'm going to approach, I'm adding it to all these videos and doing something, because I got to do something, because clearly what I'm doing is charming and all, and I feel good that I'm uploading videos, but I have to do a little bit more actively. Now, the good thing about that is that I'm going to turn people on to a channel that already has a handful of videos at least to watch. I'm not just going to be, hey, putting myself out there, go to my channel and you show up and there's one video. So I have that going for me so that I can kind of appreciate, and I'm going to have some fun with that. But right now, yeah, I'm feeling a little bummed, no subscribers, not a lot of viewers, but I'm hopeful. And like I said, what has been happening is that I've been feeling really good about the way I'm speaking into the camera, the way I'm visually documenting, and by that I mean the way I'm shooting the cameras now. I really like what I'm seeing. I like that I'm centering my photos now. I don't know what I was thinking. I kept doing these weird, like over here angles, like that was a thing. I don't know, in my mind I thought it was. I was trying to be artistic. Oh, stop it, leave me alone. I was just experimenting, maybe a little too much, and it was time to cut it out, grow up a little bit, a lot creatively, and search out some help and be like, hey man, is it just me or is my stuff a little on the funky side? Yeah, a little funky. So um when I do playbacks now doing edit, feeling really proud about that center, being right in the center, having good lighting, and still dealing with a little bit of the glitching on my focus on my Sigma lens. I think I'm gonna have to take that sucker in. I'm gonna switch over to the other kit lens that came with the camera, and we'll see how that goes. This is where I'm at. This is what's going on with me. So 7 days into it, mixed feelings, like I said, a little bummed about the low viewership and no subscriptions, but happy about accomplishing my goals of uploading a video every day. And I'll tell you right now, yesterday, for some reason, when I was done with episode 6 after the recording, I felt a little energetically zapped. I wasn't tired necessarily, but I can feel that I was losing a little bit of that motivation, inspiration side of it. The magic of it was kind of fading, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And that was a strange feeling to deal with. And I approached it in the sense of, A, I expected that to happen at some point, and B, that's just a natural way of feeling because he's just started, and C, that it was going to pass, that I was going to feel different in the morning. And I did. In the morning, I felt a lot better. I felt a lot hopeful, and I was very forgiving. I said, you just started. You're going to give it a chance. You haven't done anything to those analytics that they keep talking about on YouTube, so don't even be crying about it. They're telling you what to do. I just haven't done it yet, folks. Okay. I have not logged onto analytics. I went in there and pressed the buttons that these folks are telling me to press because I've been busy doing other stuff and I've been kind of holding off on that. Maybe that's me applying the brakes a little bit, just pumping the brakes slowly and making sure my gear works. Everything is good, that I'm good, that I'm feeling solid being on the camera, making these deliveries, talking well, speaking well, looking well, and be able to be creating more convincing content. And so there's that value to that again. I cannot reiterate that enough, no matter how many views I have or subscribers I don't have. So again, not attaching myself to that as a source of my happiness. I got to provide that for myself. But yeah, I'd like some subscribers. Please, please, please subscribe. Like my videos. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I got to do some work. I got to put some stickers on there. I got to, I've been good about posting also the link from my Spotify podcast onto the YouTube video that I post every night. And that's just good practice. It's not so much that, I'm going to get viewers now. I was just, to be honest with you, after you render the video, after editing, it exports it. You got to wait for it to upload onto your computer. Then you got to wait for it to download to your other platform. And then they upload it. They got to process it. And that takes a few more minutes. And it's very time consuming. And out of that, I got to wait to get to a certain screen at the end, click on a menu that gives me a share link. And then I got to copy that share link and then go back to the YouTube portal, open up my posted video, and then edit the description and then drop that link in there. Yeah, like I said, it's not, I didn't feel like doing that last night. I felt tired. I felt zapped. I felt a little bit like I lost a little bit of wind in my sail. I don't know why. It wasn't really for anything bad. I'm not pointing the finger at anything. I wasn't necessarily crushed about anything. I just felt a little, I don't know, energetically depleted, zapped for some reason. I lost a little bit of my motivation and my inspiration. It just faded a little bit. But I went to sleep and I just kept thinking about what that meant. And I don't know. Maybe it means nothing. Maybe it doesn't mean anything. Maybe it means something. I'm going to look into that and see how I feel tomorrow. But for today, regardless, I showed up and I am here talking to you on this podcast again. Okay. That I said, at bare minimum, you have to do that. So no matter what happens, folks, viewers or not, subscribers or not, even on this podcast. Oh, I haven't even talked about the podcast. Also, I also check the analytics on the podcast. There's a good chance that I am the only one listening to myself on Spotify. There's a very good chance, everybody, that I am the only one listening to myself. Well, at least there's that. At least I am my own fan. At least I love myself enough to listen to my own stuff. How's that? How's that would it be if I didn't even listen to my own stuff, like zero listens. No one's listening to you. Not even yourself. Man, that would be horrible. I'm listening to myself at least. And you know what? I really enjoy it. I'll tell you why. Because I'm at work. I got my earphones on. Number one, I'm at a job that I just want to get out of. I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm listening to myself on this podcast and I keep telling myself, this is my ticket out. This is my ticket out of here. Keep working on this. Keep working on this. So I keep playing the podcast while I'm working. And I do that so I can hear myself, like myself, see where I can grow some more as a speaker, how to enrich my content, my words. Have I stopped with the bad nuances that I had on my previous deliveries? All my bad pauses, a lot of my filler words, a lot of my unnecessary redundant words that I was using for some reason. Being comfortable with the pause and not feeling like I had to fill it in with something, I'm getting better at that. And no one has to see that except for myself, so I can sit here comfortably. I know that when it's time to get serious and it's time to get down, are you going to be ready, Jake? I am. Oh, I'm definitely going to be ready. I'm ready right now. And that's why I'm doing this right now, regardless of viewership or listeners. And like I said, at least I'm listening to myself. And that makes me very happy and it makes me laugh. And that's what it's supposed to be doing. So with that being said, I am going to go and I'm going to have to go into YouTube. I'm going to have to take the advice of some experts and I'll share with you how that went. Hey, here's what they told me to do. Here's the things that I found relative to my situation. And here's what I think are the best, just to me, addressing my issue. No viewers low viewers and no subscriptions. So I will do the research. I'll share with you what it is that I discovered and what it is that I chose to apply to my formula. And then we'll figure it out. I see what's working, see what is not working. Now, I think I'm comfortable making content. I don't really need anybody telling me what kind of content or what content to make because the content has to be me. I mean, that's going to be my own goofy style, whatever it is I chose to do. And I plan to make a show that's very entertaining. Okay, folks, that's all I got to say. I have ideas. A lot of them spawned today too, and I'm really excited about it. So there's that. There's direction. There's room for growth, but I got to figure out how to apply those rules of the YouTube game to my creativity. Okay, because I have to grow. I want to grow. I don't just want to be making content for the hell of it. No matter how much I love doing it, I am choosing to do this content creator thing with purpose and intention of making a living out of it, making a career out of it, and maybe shifting, my life direction for myself, and what a better way to do it with this platform that's open to all creators, so long as they chose to do the work and put themselves out there. So, and I'm willing to do that. So again, I'm going to research some remedies for my disease, for my YouTube disease, and see if I can help myself and apply these YouTube hacks and YouTube remedies for low viewership and see if it works for me. And I'll let you know, hey, you know what? This actually works. And we'll see what happens. Okay. But in the meantime, like I said, I'm going to continue to work on my content, continue to work on myself, on my presence, my voice, my speaking, my appearance, everything. So when I am ready and those views start coming in and hopefully subscriptions to follow, I have already elevated my game. I have already upped the ante on my content. It couldn't have come at a better time. It wasn't in the beginning. They came in when I ironed out all the wrinkles. Everything is good and pressed and ready to go and looking well, seamless. And so I'm looking forward to that. And like I said, out of everything I recorded so far, probably in regards to my podcast anyway, the audio from last night was the first time that I felt it was on point. It's the first time since I started recording the podcast that I felt there it is. That's the sound I want. That's what I want to sound like. That's what I want it to look like. That felt good to me. The cameras had the right spacing for me. Other than the focus clicking on this camera, I don't know what to do about that. Other than that, though, I was happy with everything else. But that I know how to address and I know how to figure out. So I'm not, it's not like, oh, well, what's going on? Well, there's an issue with the camera, obviously. It's an automatic focus, but for some reason, it's cycling through this focus adjustment. I'm going to try something really quick. I was wondering if that would do anything. No, it didn't. Because the only thing I remember is that I twisted the lens a little bit, but the lens twisting doesn't do anything to this particular lens. So I was just wondering if that had anything to do with it. So I twisted it in the counterclockwise, clockwise direction, but no, It made no difference at all. So these have a CMOS sensor, I think is what it's called. And sometimes it gets dirty. And I heard you have to get it cleaned. And it happens a lot with the Sonys. I haven't had this thing serviced since I had it. It might be time to get that service done, or it might be time to buy a new lens. I will keep you updated and let you know which one of those remedies I'm going to choose for my issue. But until then, we'll work with what we got. Okay. And right now we got these two 4K cameras that are working fantastic for what they cost. And other than, again, having a hassle with manually removing the icons and resetting the screens every time I start the podcast, but I don't really mind because it's good practice, actually. It's very good practice. It keeps me active in my craft. It continues to keep me on point, figuring stuff out, making me more intimate with the instrument. So if something should ever go wrong on the fly, I can get in there and I already know this game. It's not the first time happening. I do this all the time. I know the peripherals. I know the menus. I know how to navigate through them. So it's all good practice. Again, nothing happening right now is in vain. I don't feel it's definitely not a waste of time. It's an education. And like I said, we can reference right now my first video. We can reference my first recording, my first podcast. And I guarantee you that this podcast right now that you're looking at and you're listening to is 10 tiers higher than the first one I put out. So, or 7 tiers higher. Okay. Okay. 7 tiers it is. Okay. So that was show number 1. Day 1, January 1st. Now we're in January 7th. This is show number 7. Okay, that's easy for me to remember. Like I said on the other show, come the 31st, I'll be in trouble, but it'll be real easy for me to keep track of chapters 1 through 31, or show episode number 1, excuse me. My first 31st episodes are going to be real easy to keep track of, okay, because they follow the calendar day. So here's looking forward to those 30 days. I wanted to make it a point to check in on my 7th day for 2 reasons. I thought maybe it would just be cool to put a video out there. Hey, after 7 days, what is it really like after a week? You know, what did this guy really go through? So I'm going to share that with you. The other reason was for myself. I needed that purge, to be very honest with you. I needed to let that out and share that with somebody. I don't know why, even if it's just my journal. So here I am journaling how I'm feeling about it at this moment. It's been 7 days, 1 week doing it. I don't feel any different, oh my God, I feel, no, there's nothing real profound going on. I mean, the experience is profound for me. Don't get me wrong. I'm making it profound for myself. But in the activation per se, no, not really. Everything is kind of calm, quiet, very neutral, allowing itself to grow. Not putting pressure on it, not depending on it too much. I don't want to squash it either because of the pressure and the expectations. So I'm trying to be really lighthearted about it. I'm very loving, very forgiving, very patient. And I have to be, because this is going to be a long road is what I'm predicting. And I need to cultivate those traits right now. So if I can't be patient, if I can't be calm, if I can't, calmly address the situation to improve it, and I'm just constantly reacting poorly to it, I'm not going to make it. So this is me telling myself that, guys. I have to, because I know myself. I am my worst enemy. I will just want to A-bomb it and blame everybody and everything else. And I don't want to do that this time. I love this venture way too much. I'm really excited. I really want to do it. I thought a lot about it before I actually pulled the trigger on it, and so I can say that, yeah, I really made sure that it's something I wanted to do, and I can very confidently say that I'm going to continue doing it. Did I have a moment today when I was like, maybe I won't record the 7th and I'll do it tomorrow? Or, I mean, I don't really have to do it, do I? And I had that moment. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought that. But it's funny because one of the things that immediately, and I know it's not the reason why entirely, but one of the first reasons that brought me back to center says that you're doing it, it's because I have this whole day 1, January 1st, episode 2, January 2nd, episode 3, January 3rd thing going. I don't want to mess that up. And if I didn't record today, I was going to mess up the count. It was going to be all over the place. I was going to be doing the 7th episode on the 8th of January. What's that about? That's just nuts, So no, I'm being very truthful. That is honestly one of the first things that went through my mind. Okay, don't mess up the count. You have this thing going now with episode 7 was on January 7th. And again, come the 31st, you're going to be in trouble, but I'm going to figure that out. I got a few days and I'm working on it. So I'm good with all that. So I'm going to just keep posting, guys, for 30 days. And then No. Hold on. I'm sorry. Here's where I was going with that whole with that whole thing. And it was this that yeah, I wanted to check in on the first week for my sake. I needed to talk to you guys. I needed to like vent just as I did right now. Thank you for listening. I'm sorry if that was too much. I owe to myself, it's too much, man. Just back off, back off. No, but thank you for tolerating that. But where I was going with that is I'm not going to make a big deal, I don't think, out of 30 days. No, you know what? Yeah, we will check in again on 30 days. What I was going to say is I'm not going to check in on 2 weeks. Okay. Oh, it's been 2 weeks now. No, I'm probably not going to do the 2 week thing. We're just going to work through it. We're going to plow through it. I'm going to plow through it and just allow myself to accept that, hey, nothing happened in 7 days. It's only been another 7 days. So to expect double of what you're at then is fair, but nothing really to celebrate about. And if you expect more than that, you have to do the work. And unless I did something spectacular where I just said, oh my God, I just blew it up, I'll check in and tell you guys, hey, oh my God, something just blew up. But even then, let's check in again in 30 days. Okay. So we'll do 7 and then we'll do 30 and then we got the 100. Okay. And I'm really praying to God that by the time we get to 100, my life will be in a spiral of change. Okay. It's the power of 100. I'm going to give it my all. And right now, what I'm doing is that I'm documenting, I'm journaling, this journey, because I really want to believe there's going to come a point where people are going to want to hear this. Hey, where was he at? What was he doing? Oh, well, check out his first episodes, episode 6 in particular. That's when you realize this was going to do because it sounded good. And you're going to go, wow, you know what? I listened to the first 4 or 5. Yeah, he was getting there. He was working it. But wow, we listened to episode 6 and we're like, this guy's coming in hot. Yeah, this guy's up and coming. This guy's going to do something. We can hear it. This guy has what it takes. He has that special je ne sais quoi. And I'm working on it, guys. Just trying to polish up my skills. And again, hopefully you guys get to see this and tell me how I'm doing. Tell me if it helped you, inspired you, motivated you, made you shift directions in the way you thought about something. I don't know. Just asking, just having a conversation with you. Because that helps me. So that's why I'm doing this, trying to help myself develop some new skills so I can take my life in a new direction of creativity and producing content. And I'm very happy chasing my dream right now. And again, I'm just kind of licking my wounds about the low viewership and the 0 subscribership. Like I said, I'm not letting it take me down. Is it on my mind? Absolutely. Constantly? Yeah, constantly, but not heavily, just in a really light thought of, I wonder why that's happening. I wonder what that means. And then I start thinking if it's like, is it a personal issue? Is it an inner issue? Is it a soul issue? Is it an issue that has nothing to do with me? It's people on the other side. Is it really what they say about the analytics page? If you don't make these adjustments before you publish your videos, you're not going to get any views. I really haven't done any of that work, guys. So that gives me some comfort. I just keep telling myself, hey, you know what? You haven't gone in there and pressed the right buttons yet. So there's that. Okay. Other than that, you're doing fantastic. Okay. And again, I'm still doing the work. I'm still recording this podcast. This is still happening. Okay. I'm still uploading those videos. I'm still practicing. I'm polishing my skills, getting more comfortable. And that has its value. I have to believe that or else I did this for nothing. And that is not true. I have profound reasons for doing this. I have goals and there's things I want to accomplish. And this is my foot into that door. Okay. I really, in my heart of hearts, believe that. And that's why I'm working really hard at this. And I'm giving it my all. 100 days, folks, 100 days of giving this podcast dream a fair chance. 100 days is a fair shake at something, if you ask me. If you can show up for 100 days and post 100 videos, post 100 podcasts, okay, and continue to show up, and I'll bet you anything right now that we'll watch this video right now. I'm looking at the camera. I want to watch this right now, and I'm going to compare this to episode 100, and I guarantee you it'll be unrecognizable. Unrecognizable. I know that. I know that for a fact. In my heart of hearts, I know I'm going to be unrecognizable come episode 100. I'm going to be a different person. I'm going to be elevated, enhanced, empowered, and ready to go. Now, I might even have the viewership that I want at that point. I might even have subscribers at that point. I might even be at the same numbers I am right now, which are pretty deplorable. But you know what I am going to have? I'm going to have this new strength of presenting, speaking, owning the camera, owning the microphone, owning my confidence, owning my presence, and just doing this without a flaw so well that I cannot fail now. I grew the skills. I did the rehearsals. I did the practice. I looked in the camera. I stepped up to the mic. I played with it. I made mistakes. I destroyed the audio. I destroyed the video, but I kept doing it and doing it again till that stopped happening. And then finally, boom, there it is. Boom, there it is. We have good focus. We have good metering. We have good levels. You're there, kid. Keep going. Don't stop. Now, what else can we add to it? What else can we do to make it more interesting? Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing. Okay, number one, I already told you guys I'm bringing in the music, right? I'm bringing in music. That's right, folks. I'm going to write my own intro to the show and my own outro. It's the same song, just two pieces. I'm using the opening of the song for the intro, obviously, and then I'm using the end of the song for the outro. And then peace, we're out. But it's going to be a song that I wrote, that I recorded, and that's going to play at the beginning of my show and at the end of the show. So we're going to start off with that, okay? We're going to have music at the beginning of my show, okay? By then, I also predict that the camera system is going to be even more advanced. I'm going to have probably better equipment with better shooting parameters, and I don't know. I know the space is going to be completely different, okay? And also, what I'm also adding, I decided today, in a moment of a beautiful inspiration during lunch, that I'm going to be doing outdoor remote shooting and create footage there, and I'm going to mix that into the show. So we'll be talking here, hanging out or whatever, and then boop, we're going to go to the island. He's on a sandbar. He's on a sandbar with the pod mic on a beach chair, okay? And he's doing a podcast under an umbrella with sunblock and maybe something cool to drink. And a fishing rod might be involved. I don't know, guys. But this is going to happen. So, the camera is going to cue, and I'm going, okay, now, guys, I have a surprise for you. We're going to go to la-da-da and take it away. And here we go. Camera's going to go, and it's going to go to that footage of whatever location I am on. So I'm going to be doing shooting on locations and hopefully just sharing with you, the beautiful parts of where I live. I live in a beautiful town with a lot of beautiful beaches and beautiful scenery that no one's ever even seen. Now, I probably won't tell you where it's at exactly, because I know people don't really like that, oh yeah, come here, here you go, next thing you know, I just don't be responsible for anything like that. Okay. I don't want to be putting any neighborhoods or any towns in any sort of a situation over me broadcasting their location. Okay. So just respectfully, just sharing with you that there's beautiful places out there. Seek them out. I found them. You can find them too. I'm just not going to point you to them. Okay. But I'll definitely be filming from there. Beautiful places where I've seen the sunrise. I've seen the sunset. I've fished. I've walked. And what a better place. And I've always thought, I wish I had somewhere where I could, put this together and share it with people. And I never really knew what that was going to look like or what that was going to be like. Okay. And I finally got the inspiration, and I told myself, you know what? Why don't you film some of the stuff remote and then bring the footage back to you, and we'll mix it into the podcast. And I was like, and there's the show, baby. And there's the show. Okay. And we'll keep doing that with other things, other forms of media, other forms of information, other forms of entertainment. But right now, those are the two things I got coming. Okay, guys, music. And then I got a remote location shooting. Okay. So again, even if the views are down right now, even if the listeners are down, it's okay. I'm putting in the work. I'm creating content still. I'm still working. Okay. So I have the content already. You just haven't heard it yet, but it's already out there. It's ready to go. I already did the work. I already put in the hours. I already edited it, uploaded it. I have files already sitting there ready to be launched at any moment. I just got to find the platform and how to fine tune it to make my launch effective and efficient. And again, I just haven't done any of that work yet. Okay. And again, it's okay because I'm practicing my skills right now, practicing these skills constantly. And the more I do it, guys, I got to tell you, I feel strong. I feel strong sticking up to this mic, looking into that camera and having no shame in my game and just feeling really good about sitting here and delivering this speech to you. So that, if I gain anything else, I gain that. And I am very, very good with that. So proud to be here, happy to be here, doing what I love. And again, what is it all going to mean in the end? Where's it all going to go? I can't attach myself to that, because if I do that, I'm probably not going to do it. I'm attaching myself to an outcome that hasn't happened yet. And how can I attach myself to an outcome that hasn't happened yet? Then that's not going to happen. So I got to detach myself and let go of that expectation and just let it happen. However it's going to happen. I don't want to interfere, because then what happens is I start interfering with the natural course of things, because I think I got to give it a push here and there. And that's when I start making mistakes. And that's when things get complicated for me. And remember, I told you the other day that when I do what I'm supposed to be doing, things become easier. So I start gauging things where, like, I make certain moves, and if it's comfortable and if it works and there's no obstruction on my behalf coming from those actions, then I'll proceed with what I'm doing. If it doesn't, then hey, you know what? Stop. Okay, wait a minute. I'm not going to do that. And then just make the adjustments. Either I'm lacking the education on something and I should learn some more before I go messing with any controls, or there's just a skill that I'm lacking and I really have to own up to it and just admit to myself that I need to seek out some help. And again, log on, you'll find it no matter what it is. So that's where I'm at right now. Okay, on my 7th day of being a content creator officially. I've been putting out content again every single day. I've been recording the podcast and uploading it every single day. This one included, so that'll be 7 under the belt tonight. And again, I'm just dead in the water with the viewerships and the subscriptions, but I haven't done anything actively about it. Again, I need to get on there and work on this analytics situation. It's just not my favorite thing to do, I guess, and I'm being a little lazy. And also, I've been really entertained with just creating the content and recording, fixing my cameras, figuring stuff out. But today's been one of those days where I literally just walked in. Other than having to clear the icons off the camera screens, I just sat down, pressed record, and I just went for it. It was one of the easiest days for me to start recording today. So there's that. Everything's working. Everything is good. My Switch is working fantastic. I don't have any issues with it. My audio, I can see my meters. I'm not even in the orange today. I have not seen Mr. Orange. 0. Just all in the green. Mean green. That's where I want to be. And everything is looking good and sounding good. So again, no matter what my viewers are today or subscribers, even if they're at 0, I've got content. I got 7 podcast episodes. I got about 10 videos on YouTube, and I'm uploading another one tonight. And I've got this podcast to deliver. Okay, so that's 7 days in a row, 7 podcasts, 7 videos. I haven't failed myself. And that's just 7 days, guys. That's just 7 days. It's not 30. It's not a month. It's not even a year. It's not a week. I mean, it is a week. I'm sorry. It's not a month. It's not a year. I can't say, oh, I've been trying this and this is like it. It's been 7 days. 7 days. And the other day, remember I told you, then then in 8 days, he had 24 views. You remember that was one of my growth examples? I made that example. Oh yeah, and then he had 8 days and there was 24 views. And then I went to 100 after like 20 or 30 days or something. And so when I think about it, I'm right on my own prediction. So I got 20 views on one of my videos and it's been 7 days. So tomorrow is going to be 8 days. So that's where the 24 view expectation comes in, I guess. And and I'm okay with that. But again, I promise you, I'm going to get online. I'm going to see what remedies are out there for my low viewership, my low subscriptions, and it might be my content too. My content might not be dialed in. Maybe I don't have a niche. Maybe my titles are weak. I'm sure it's going to be a mix of all of the above. I promise you. So with that being said, I got my work carved out for me, so I know what steps to take next. I'm not in the dark about that. So at least there's that. I'm wise enough and I know enough that I need to get in there and I need to probably listen to these individuals who are putting content out there that's geared towards helping folks that have low viewership and low subscriptions, no matter what I'm thinking or my apprehensions are. I need to seek out that help, and I'm going to do that. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll report to you, I guess, tomorrow, episode 8, and then I'll let you know how that search went or how it's going and what I've come up with, if I've come up with anything. And if not, I'll just give you the list of current events, what's going on in the day and what I'm up to and how things are going. And again, just give you the, the update if there's any update. And like I said yesterday, I don't want to give you the long, drawn out, painful, daily, heart stabbing, no views again. 1 view, but it was my mom, as charming as that may be and funny, hopefully, I hope nothing else. I hope this is funny at least. At the very least, I hope this is funny, but it's what it is, and I'm okay with that outcome too. Okay, so just happy to be doing it. What would sadden me and what would upset me more if I'm still having that conversation in my head? Come on, man, you got to do it, dude. Why are you not doing it still? Oh, come on, come on, come on. You promised you would, man. Oh, you didn't do it again. All right, bro. Well, next week, bro, I'm having this internal conversation with myself. All right, but well, next week, bro. Okay, well, we'll do it next week or next month. Or you know what? When you finally move to that other place, or when you probably get that other job, and I just keep shuffling this ball over there, but I'm not kicking any goals, man. I'm not running it anywhere. I just keep moving it around the field, but I'm not scoring any goals, man. I'm not accomplishing anything with it. So I need to stop doing that. And I really hope that this time around with this venture, I do things a little differently than what I normally do. But that came with shift, a change in priorities, and a shift in the way I'm doing things and the way I'm approaching things. So I'm giving this my all, guys. Like I said, I got 100 days to prove myself that either this power of 100 system works or it's a farce. And I'll let you know. I'll make a video about that. Oh, I did the power 100 for 100 days. 100 days, Jerry. 100 days. You lied to me. That would have been a good episode. What can I say? The power of 100, everybody. Honestly, when I heard that article, and when I heard it, I do not know why, it just made total sense to me. It just made complete and total sense to me. The power of 100, do something for 100 days. And mind you, I reminded myself of that after I gave myself the 30-day commitment promise to myself to do 30 days. And then for some reason, I remembered that power of 100. And then what I was doing, I was comparing it. I was going, oh yeah, with the 30 days, like the power of 100, it's the power of 30 is what I thought to myself, right? Oh yeah, well, it's just the power of 100, except that it's just 30. It's the power of 30. And then I said, that doesn't make any sense, man. Why don't you do 100 like the actual system says to do so it works, instead of making up your own version, being experimental, because how has that worked out for you so far? So the power of 100. I'm going to take somebody's very, very successful wisdom, okay, and apply it to this venture and see how it goes. And that in itself has merit and value, okay? A 52 YouTube content creator applies Law of 100, to his YouTube channel and is successful, or he crashed and failed and he's on YouTube right now ranting and raving about it. One of those two things is going to happen, guys. I guarantee you. One of those two things is going to happen. No. No ranting and raving. I'm not going to blame anybody. It'll be me. I'll be mad at myself, per usual. But no, I'm not going to be mad at myself. I promise to be very forgiving and just don't come down on myself when something happens and treat it as a failure. Just be quick to not react to it poorly. Treat it as a lesson, chalk it off and get back on the horse and just keep moving forward. Don't waste any time on blaming anybody or yourself, even for that matter. It's not going to do nothing for me. So I already had that conversation with me. I'm not going to do that. Okay. And again, I'm not dead in the water. Like I said, I got my episodes, I got my files ready to go, ready to launch. And I haven't done this analytics thing either. So I have, there's so much work to be done before I can call it, definitely not a failure, but before I can even say, hey, I'm in trouble, SOS, rescue me. Well, I haven't even launched the life raft yet, I'm still on the sink. It's not sinking yet, it's just not going anywhere very fast. And I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. And I hope if anybody's out there also struggling with the same issues and wondering, because I always hear that everybody starts off, oh yeah, I'm going to be, and they release that first, I'm going to be a YouTuber, and they release that first video and that's it. Nothing happens. I did it years ago. I released that one video and I was like, oh, look at this video I made. I'm a genius. Wow. I'm going to do this every day for the rest of my, and I never did it again, guys. That was 2 years ago. I have no real explanation why that really happened, other than I was in a very volatile lifestyle situation. And by that, I mean my living situation, schooling, everything was a little bit nuts there too. So everything was very flighty. And I was having trouble feeling well grounded. So I wasn't in a position where I could make that commitment and do something I remember I was just really busy because my situation, I was always moving my stuff, moving a boat, moving storage items, removing my desk and my office so they can do something and then putting it all back together again. It was just nuts. And I really couldn't do anything. So that's what was going on with me. Uh, you know, moving forward now to where I'm at now, I'm in a better position to make better content and I'll feel better about making it. Okay. But like I said, I put out that video, nothing happened after that. I didn't really pursue it. I don't know why. It just was not in me. The inspiration, the motivation, I just could not activate anything within me to go chasing after that YouTube dream, if you will. Or aspiration, I should say. It wasn't really a dream; it was more of an aspiration. And I started, and I do not know why. I delivered this one video, and that was it. And I have no explanation as to why I did that. But again, if any of you out there are stuck in that loop, it's breakable. But you just have to take what you learned from that first experience and then ask yourself, okay, how come after that video I never did it again? I have my answer. My backdrop sucked. My location was horrible. I was a little bit embarrassed that people saw that. I was trying to look like a vintage, cool garage guy or whatever, and I looked like a serial killer, on location of a crime, and I'm filming a YouTube video, and that's not really what I wanted to transmit. And that's me and that's on the situation probably, but I'm not entirely joking. I'm being very serious about that. It wasn't a very flattering background for a video, and that made me feel a little weird. I wish I could have and would have done a little bit better. It felt very, very creepy, but it was very creative. And like I said, I got the eye of one of the marketing guys for this product, and he emailed me and says, "Hey, thanks for the great video." So that was cool. But again, I didn't do anything. And again, if you get caught in that loop, figure out what you did wrong, figure out what made you feel that way to lose that inspiration or motivation, identify it, and then do whatever it is in your means to squash it, and then come back. Because you're creative, which is probably why you're listening to this and why you're seeking out information on how to do this, because you want to do it. And there's obstacles. And like I said, it's not always technical, but then you add the technical to not feeling so good about doing it, and then you got a real problem. Now you're a double whammy. It's like, where's inspiration to like fix this issue? And then I'm not feeling so great about it because people are mean online and every excuse, and it just keeps going, and you're never gonna do it. So here I am doing it, guys, getting out of my head, pouring my heart out and all my love into this venture, and then finding some love for it and having it be what inspires me and motivates me to get on here, record this podcast, follow up with the YouTube video, and just deliver content constantly and consistently as good as I can. I'm making a commitment for 100 days. That's huge. And like I said, I guarantee you, I'm 100% confident that you're going to compare episode 100 to this episode right now, and it's going to probably blow us away. It's going to blow me away. I know that. I hope it blows you away too. But I bet you it's going to be different content. And I'm going to look at that 100th episode and look back at this one and go, oh, well, no wonder nobody was watching. No wonder nobody was listening yet. That's what I had to do. And I knew what I had to do. I just hadn't do it. I just hadn't done it. But it wasn't for not knowing. It's just I'm not there yet. Okay. I just put this together. Give me a break. Okay. I got the on location stuff coming. Okay. I got the GoPro ready. I got some cool outdoor microphones. I got some cool gear for monitoring. I ordered more batteries, so when I'm on the field, my other monitors have also long life batteries, because right now I got some very small batteries that don't last very long. And I ordered an extra battery charger and batteries for the GoPro as well, because the GoPro eats batteries fast. It likes its batteries, but it takes energy to make energy. You're asking a lot of processing, a lot of high quality from a camera. With a very small battery. Okay. But I got some nice Enduro batteries. These are extended life, and they got great reviews, and I'm going to use those. So again, I got outdoor stuff, remote stuff coming up, and that I'm going to be uploading to the show, and I'm going to make the show even more interesting. Okay. For you. Okay. So I want to thank you all again for tuning in and listening. I want to thank you also for giving me the chance to sit here in my studio, one of my favorite places in the whole world. Okay, and do this as a career option, as a career choice. And you folks that log on and watch this content is what makes it possible. Okay, And for that, I thank you. Okay. So we will see you tomorrow, day 8, episode 8. I'm glad that I didn't mess up the count and I showed up for today's recording. It's just an hour. You think it's going to be forever, but it goes fast. And then once you do it, you're scratching for time. Oh, no, hold on. I got one more thing to say. No, we're out of time. We're done tomorrow. Tomorrow will be another day. Okay. So here I am, guys, closing up the 7-day review on becoming a content creator at 52. This is day 7. Started New Year's Day. This is episode 7 on January 7th, and keeping track of the days. And we will check in again on the 30th. We'll do another check-in about feelings, emotions, thoughts, status, and also updates on our platform activities. We'll do like a monthly meeting of where we're at and how things are going, and hopefully by then I have applied my newfound tricks on how to increase my viewership and my low subscription levels, or just the fact that I have 0. And again, guys, I am okay with all that. Remember to laugh at yourself, keep lighthearted, and light in your thoughts, and be very forgiving. Be patient, and don't give up. It's charming to show up and keep getting beat up and come back for more. There's charm in that. If nothing else, there's character in that. Okay. And if it doesn't kill you, it'll make you stronger. And like I said before, it's up to you to decide how much pain and suffering you want to subject yourself to and what strengths you want to draw from it. All right. With that being said, folks, this is Jake Michelle signing off from the Fire Spirit Studio, saying good night, stay creative, stay awesome, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Okay. Good night.